Okay, hope this works. But are we on and up and on? Hard for me to see. Yes, we are for 10 seconds. Oh, 16 seconds. There's a delay. Anyway, I'm going to try to give me half a minute here because I'm going to load it up on. Going to load up the answer on this as well. And let's go. So, well, apparently I'll have to multitask, so the boring isn't so disjointed. The beginning. Morning's already disjointed. And what I'm multitasking to is try to get this going here. Answer. It's for $12. Well, it's pretty cheap, isn't it? That Hey Hero. I should just move my rates on Hey Hero if I can't figure that out. Not today. And so I'm looking at your chart. And I think the Hey Hero thing is going to go simultaneously, and that only goes like 3 minutes or something. I don't know, not very long. So the rest of it's all going to be on here because I always got to go over 3 minutes. Hi. So looking at your chart, we got, it's here for career. And one thing I'm noticing here right away, and I probably have mentioned this in the past, but you have in your chart, natal chart, your birth chart for your whole life, this yod. And a yod is called, it's where there's a sextile on one side of the chart, doot. And then opposite both of them, like 150 degrees here, 150 degrees there, and then 180 degrees there. So three make a Y shape, why it's called a yod. And it's also called the finger of fate or finger of God. And what it represents is this release of energy where things just seem to happen. And your yod is in your fourth house of kind of gut instincts, of home, of family, of deep emotions, of kind of resolving things, kind of our roots, where we stand, find our footing. And opposite that, of course, from the fourth is the 10th house of career. So your yod releases from this Mercury to Venus sextile in Aquarius to Aries, and then Pluto up 115 degrees from both of those positions on either side, if that makes sense. Anyway, where are we now? These, so Pluto down here, up, and Mercury and Venus there. So where were we? I don't know. Did that work? So record video. So, all right. What's going on there? Yeah. So you have this giant yod with Pluto, Mercury, Venus, that says that from time to time things just kind of happen to you that push you into kind of career or into the forefront, into releases of how you can release your power. That's the 10th house where it's about career. I like to say, put a dash in that English word care, -er, carer, career, what we're doing in the world, hopefully as a carer in some respect. And so interesting that your 10th house release point for your yod is changes career, changes things of Pluto, sudden changes in home and family as well involved in this. And the Mercury Venus thing is really about Mercury in the 9th house, Venus in the 11th house. It's about your ideas around unity, about spirituality, about developing higher ideas. This Mercury in the 9th Venus in the 11th is co-workers, social aspects of things. So it's like you're an organizer, and people come together around your ideas, and this releases into career things and opportunities around home and extended family. We call it, the family that we create for ourselves, really more than home and genetics, kind of our close friends and stuff like that. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about here is this whole last year. Um, Transiting Neptune has been opposite your Pluto, and that makes it the trigger point in Pisces for your yod. And it's saying that, we've got some dates here to reflect. I want you to kind of reflect upon and jot down. And that is January 15th of last year. Well, that's actually the only date I got about this. January 15th is when transiting Neptune hit that trigger point. And it suggests it's set things into motion for changes around career. And it's Neptune opposed Pluto is like a diffusing influence. It's not like a boom, an action button. It's sort of an unaction button. It's like kind of confusing around, kind of washes out direction. And it may have to do with kind of authority. 10th house things here is bosses, authority, kind of a wishy-washy kind of not feeling directed kind of clearly. A lack of clarity might be a way of saying this, that has resulted in these changes over the whole year. And what it's saying here is that this is now Neptune goes back and forth. It went over this in January 15th of last year, and then it went retrograde, and it's going to see if it goes, and it just misses. It doesn't hit that point again. So it's like this trend is continuing, but it's like now, December 8th is so like now, this whole last week and the next few days, it's like you're getting shown that, well, I'm not getting the clarity I want. So it's like you have to create it yourself. It's like use that instead of Neptune here in the 10th house showing which does show is a lack of clarity around direction, around career direction for yourself, about being directed, directives, uh, around authority or about what is my position, what is my role. But this confusion has been going on, it says, all year. And it says it's kind of worse now. So, what's the opposite of a lack of direction and directives is using that Neptune influence around imagination. And it's sort of like this weekend is this decision and last week for yourself of as Neptune went direct. Now, this is really important. Neptune's just gone direct. And so what it's saying here is rather than, let's see, see how it works on that. Rather than being at the whims of, I don't know, a boss that drinks too much or is getting into some cocaine or kind of screwing up, about some moneyed people here, some privileged class kind of coasting, mailing it in, as we say. This could actually be an opportunity for you to start to say, well, if I'm not going to be given direction, I'm going to create my own direction. I'm going to set this up the way that works for me. So it's about time. It's about using your own imagination and using that to create direction for yourself in your career. And it's like, you got these people to work with. Time to be the boss. Time to well, I'm senior to you. This is what you're going to do, and delegate. the secret to delegation that I learned in my careers is really about give away all the responsibility. Don't micromanage. You get somebody in position and you're going to give them some trust and you're going to tell them, get this done. Here's this timeline, blah, blah, blah. And it's important. The timeline's important. And give away the responsibility, give away but kind of keep the power, keep the power, keep the authority, kind of hold authority and give away responsibility. And then the next, you're in by retaining your authority, you can still insist, kind of bring accountability into that for those you are giving direction to. It really seems like it could be turned around by you as a lack of clarity from a kind of corporate environment to creating a better position for yourself. Now, so that's one thing. Another big thing here around the same time period of almost now, is we have transiting Jupiter bouncing around in early 10 first half of Taurus, and this is hitting off your progressed midheaven. So no, it's not a big hard aspect thing, this progressed midheaven position, but it does have to do as well with career, and it's really saying kind of where your career is developing, and it's developing into Taurus, it's developing into more working with people, this 11th house, and it's saying some dates to reflect upon, take note on dates. July 2nd, last year, 2023. November 10th, just recently, 2023. And then February 20th, 2024. So jot those down. They're about transiting Neptune over progressed midheaven, which is actually very good for career. So kind of reflect upon what went on July 2nd, July 10th in regards to your kind of position and what you're trying to put forth and how you're trying to use your energy in a contributory way. July 10th, July 2nd, November 10th, and that seeing that this is also coming up again in February 20th as the third time in that retrograde back and forth, and the end of that whole transit, February 20th, it's saying kind of a really kind of opportune, good for you time in career and solidifying things, Taurus, kind of getting a statement maybe from someone more authority around a yes. Go for the yes, whether that means a promotion or better money or just a time and acknowledgement. So we want to mark that. February, March. March is really big here around your career development. We have transiting Jupiter because your progressed sun is near your progressed midheaven. So what's going on February 20th positively in career is sort of reinforced again March 14th, transiting a Jupiter on your progressed sun, and sort of an opportunity there. Then we have this whole mid-March thing is really kind of heavy around and significant around your career. And because we have Saturn on your midheaven on March 17th. And this is really kind of odd, is that it's in this sort of looking at this big picture stuff, we have opportunity spelled out March 14th. We have opportunity spelled out February 20th, 2024, both these days. And then almost they have kind of the opposite indicator of transiting Saturn on your natal midheaven on March 17th. It's kind of it's like a letdown in career around kind of so it can, so we're going to look at this Saturn, planet of limitation, responsibility, of work, of kind of ambition, but the burden of, and on midheaven of career, how you're releasing your energy, feeling kind of imposed upon, feeling kind of too much demanded of you. And so, yes, where were we? Yeah, that's Saturn on midheaven. And so it, as I'm going to reflect, kind of look at this just a little closer, because I don't think that gets retrograded. It's like boom, and it's done. Saturn, 1153 Pisces. Oh, it does. In March, 1153. Okay, here's your dates for Saturn over midheaven. I didn't have those jotted down. At least I did. No. 1153 Pisces. So that was March 17th, you mentioned. And that's it. That's right. I mean, Saturn is going back and forth and lingering in your 10th house, which is this kind of burdensome, kind of goes to the grindstone, would be the saying in English, effort time, is all year. But it doesn't hit that midheaven point, but the once around March. So that's okay. But before we get into what that really means, aside from a lot of work to do, we're going to look at some other indicators around career and fit that into this discussion. Is we're noticing the North Node in Aries going over your own Saturn and Venus positions, which kind of brings this stuff into your life. The nodes are about connecting to material activity, the physical realm, life as it's lived. So nodes, we have September, the North Node on the transiting North Node on your natal Venus, and then just now, like past 23, September, significant in this, and then December 8th, North Node on Saturn as well. We also have there's another indicator for March 17th around transiting Mars conjunct natal Mercury, which actually gives a plus to that burden. It's like at least you can talk about it, but it also says there's opportunities. It's kind of a mixed message here. March 14th, all around the same time, triggering the transiting Sun, opposed natal Pluto, triggering off your yod about fate in career. So what's the big question? I think your position is solid. I think you'll get to feel that more. But there seems to be also greater demands upon you to give you more responsibility. It says take it. It says that that you can maybe ask for more help, more a minion or two, people that you can boss around. Team building, part of this is team building and people stuff. And it seems I think you're getting to a crux of decision time this year and next year in your career is, well, I'm not it's like this position, it has this creative qualities that you really appreciate. It seems, however, because of your position and uh, time you've been there, it's like the whole system, the corporate system you're involved in, now wants you to kind of move along. Let's move along. But the moving along isn't just being creative. It's not recognition for your creativity. It's more like, well, now you got to take on we want you to take on these other responsibilities. It's like join the corporate la di da, to kind of come to more meetings. Oh, God. So it's like the doors opening up to be less creative, but more a teacher, more a boss, more a team leader, which maybe isn't what you really wanted. Um, but Saturn in the 10th, so I think there could be a career change in 2024. But to me, it seems more like you deciding that, well, they're wanting me to do not what I was really liking to do. And, um, and you can't, it's not like they're going to be giving you raises and better money salaries salaried positions to do what you like to do. They think, well, no, we're not going to pay our creatives what they deserve. No, we want to, if you want to just be a creative, well, go do something. We'll just hire kids and AI or whatever. We'll just kind of to do the creative stuff. We're not going to have like experts, like really, we're not going to have expensive artists doing this shit. That's not corporately viable or whatever. So it's like the decision: am I going to be more corporate? Am I going to be the team leader? Am I going to do what they want me to do, or am I going to do something else? And because I just put this kind of phrase out there that the Saturn in the 10th is about kind of being a teacher. And I don't mean for the company, I mean like something else. To me, it seems like kind of you decide, well, I'm just going to do my own thing, my own art, and I'm going to, however, kind of keep secure with it's like an actual freaking teaching job at a college. That's what it looks like to me. So I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense to you, but you know, even if it's just kind of courses you do yourself, but it's probably better to get in with a college where there's like kind of the dental plan and stuff, and you know. But it's so I would, the advice is say yes. You're in an awkward position. You're going to be given opportunities, responsibility, more responsibility. Saturn on the 10th, and it's changing the job. Yes, it's changing the job, and that's what they expect of you. So if you want to change the job there is going to be some opportunity to change it to your liking, but or at least with kind of the supports that you feel you need and the authority that you feel you need. That's fine, but still, are you still going to like it anymore as much anymore? I don't know. I think it seems like more kind of the artist in the studio, and the teaching job might be a more viable, more kind of fun kind of direction here over the next year. So it's not a decision forced upon you right now, but I think you're going to give it a go and decide, maybe we can do something else. And the eclipse, I did want to mention this. It's an eclipse in, where the heck is that? September, mid September. There's a full moon lunar eclipse in mid September 2024. And it's really close to your yod trigger. So I think, and your Pluto position in Virgo Pisces, new full moon in September, mid September of 2024. Mark your calendar there too. When you see that full moon eclipse thing on your calendar, that's around fourth house changes, career changes, um, and stuff you want to be kind of have a grip on, being some feeling of there's some level of choice and control in the matter. So I would say that seems to be the signal for the change has happened or is going to happen around career. Blessings be.